Hi guys, welcome to Right Cinemas and happy 2015 to all of you. As you know, I've only got 3 videos on my channel now due to my channel being deleted. Thanks to whoever it was. I'm not sure if I got hacked or what, because YouTube said it wasn't them. And basically, but then nothing they can do, so basically to me. So I've lost my subscribers, I've lost my videos, and what annoys me most is the video where Bruno photobombed me. I didn't have nowhere else, and now I've lost that. So that's a big memory gone, so I'm really pissed off. So I have to start from scratch. So I've uploaded the 3 videos I had on my drive, so I have to redo a room tour. I'm going to have to redo Halloween. I have to make sure I do a Halloween Horror Night next year. I have a end of year haul, which is not as big as it was because there was other videos, because my computer crashed as well and I lost my videos on that. The only reason I had the 3 that I've uploaded because they were on an external hard drive, not the main hard drive. I was moving stuff across and then it crashed before I could move the rest of them, so I've now fixed it. I don't know why it was a virus, so I'm not sure if that's how I got hacked. I have no idea. So I'm going to do the haul. I have CDs, I have soundtracks, I have PS4 games, I have Xbox games, I have Xbox 360 games, I have VHS, I have DVD, I have 4K, I have steelbooks, I have a calendar, I have a game peripheral, and I have a little thing back here. You can just see the top of it there. So yes, I have a lot of everything. So happy 2018 and let's get on with it. First thing I have is, this was actually bought in a local garden centre and I thought it was really cool. Very artsy in that, but it's just ideal. It's a popcorn tub. Just as popcorn, twice per size, just plain sort of rough sort of plastic, just made for popcorn. So ideal for movie nights. So happy, and it was £1.49. So happy with that. Then I have a calendar my wife bought me today, which was Walking Dead calendar 2018. So really happy with that. Obviously, saying the characters, including the character everybody loves to hate, I think, Negan. So really cool. So that's still just the first 2 things. Okay, we're going to do CDs first, then soundtracks, then VHS, then DVD. No. Soundtracks, CD soundtracks, VHS. I have to think for a second now. CDs, soundtracks, VHS, games, DVDs. So we'll start off with this. Some of these are my wife's, so don't take the piss. We can. I have the soundtrack to Viva Las Vegas. It's factory sealed. This is all free. Didn't pay a penny from a friend of ours. In Excess, Welcome to Wherever You Are. I won't read that then. Maroon 5, Songs About Jane. I don't often collect CDs, but as they were free. Killer's Hot Fuss. Snow Patrol, Eyes Open, and Christmas family favourites. Do like a bit of my Christmas music. And then we have The Killers, Day and Age, Lady Gaga, The Fame Monster, Viva something or other by someone, Coldplay, Viva Las Vida. So that one, very happy with that. Jamiroquai, High Times. Razorlight. Jamiroquai, Dynamite. Musicology by Prince. Yeah, they're all free. One for my wife because she didn't have it was Take That's Greatest Hits. The collection of Roxette. Green Day, American Idiot. Ladies and Gentlemen, George Michael. My wife's a big George Michael fan. George Michael, Patience, and the Kings of Leon. Excuse me stepping out of shot. I'm just stacked up. I've got enough room here. So I have a set plan of how I'm going to do. So I don't know. I suppose Merry Christmas, over 50 Christmas and party classics ready for next year. Scissor Sisters and Ta-Da. Sugar Waves, Angels with Dirty Faces. I did have a thing for the girl there back in the day. James Blunt, Back to Bedlam. U2 18 singles. Very happy with that. Say again, free. So hey ho. Millennium, Abatastic. Millennium Latin Megamix, Millennium Glam Rock Party Superman, and Millennium Sensational 60s Supermix. Then I have Keen Hopes and Dreams. I do have this already, but mine is in terrible condition. This one's in mint condition, so it will be replacing mine. The Best of the Best, Bryan Adams. Travis the Man Who. The Verve Urban Hymns. So if they're so close to the camera, there's really small writing on them, so I don't know. I have to go like this. This one here. George Michael Older. Magic Summer. Cher's Greatest Hits, that one for the wife. I Heart the 90s. Was going to put it on for sale, but there's some really cool tracks on here, so I've kept it. Whitney Greatest Hits for my wife, because she likes Whitney. Excuse me 1 second. I have, so that was the last, that was quite cool. Songs for Lovers, Passion. Jack Johnson. Bryan Adams Anthology. Never seen this one, but Rachel Weber Believe. Katie Tunstall. Newton Faulkner Hand Built by Robots. Gwen Stefani. This is her new album, The Sweet Escape. I've got her other one. All Time Greatest Love Songs. Music from the 60s, 70s, 80s and 90s. Nelly Furtado. Nearly there. So the camera keep getting focused. It's whenever I turn away, for some reason it needs to focus on the face. I think it goes to Arnie back here. So Pink, Try This. Robbie Williams Live at Nebworth. I do have the DVD of the same thing. Bands 06. U2 All That You Can't Leave Behind. Travis the Invisible Band. Pink. Long-winded word I can't pronounce. The Alternative album. That one I've already got, so I won't show that one because it shouldn't have come upstairs. For some reason it did. Mark Ronson. So that looks interesting. Mark Ronson version. Acoustic Love. The Manic Street Preachers. This Is My Truth, Tell Me Yours. And then the last normal album is Millennium. This is just a mixture of some great tracks from all different times. We've got Queens, We Are the Champions, Rolling Stones. So there's a good mixture on there. These won't be on display at the moment. They're going to go into carry cases, and the cases will go in the attic because my room's made for films. I don't have room for CDs, but I have cases I can put them in that go underneath for the hi-fi. Because this room is moving around, not moving around completely. It's just something over there is going to come out, something in there is going to come in, and something in there is going to go there. Because a lot has changed. So before I fall over something there. I have some news, but I will say in another video. Those of you who follow me on Facebook already know the news, but I want to sort of share it with all of you eventually. Thank you to the people who have subscribed again. It means a lot. And thank you to the person who did subscribe, who I don't think was subscribed before. I don't believe, but maybe you were. I can't remember. But I don't think you were. So thank you very much for stumbling across my channel, and so I promise you won't regret it. Or you may already do. I don't know. Hopefully not. So I have 14 subscribers. Obviously, I did have 256. So hopefully I'll get there again. So again, share with your friends. Tell your friends to subscribe. I'm going to take what's happened and turn it into a positive. I'm going to make the channel bigger and better. Obviously, They Made That Shit will be coming very soon. Room tour, movies with, the movies of, interviews with, which is something I'm going to experiment with. I'm going to test it first before I put it online in case it doesn't work. My complete collection, which will be starting soon, shelf by shelf, starting in that room. I have, I think, 4,000 plus films, so it's going to be a long series. It's going to probably run most of the year, except the horror films, which will be done on Halloween Horror Night. And something else. There's a lot going on up here, which I'm going to basically vomit onto the canvas and go, there's the work. But we'll see how we go. Sorry, I'm rambling. Right, next we have two soundtracks. I know. Two soundtracks. I don't know why I went with we have the Charlie's Angels soundtrack, which is very cool. And this one called Essential Movies, which is music from Reservoir Dogs, The Matrix, Jackie Brown, Bullet, Hangover, and many, many more. It contains 63 tracks. I'm assuming from 63 films, possibly. Then we have VHS, and then we're going to move on to the games. First one is the first ever VHS I got when I started collecting VHS back in the day, when I ended up with 1,000 VHSs. I couldn't do that again, there would be room here. It's Looney Tunes, Bumper Edition, double set. Had this, I loved it, I love these. I watched these all the time. I actually shredded it because my cassette player broke with it in it. So I'm really just, that was 20p. Then I have another one from my childhood, is Ghostbusters 1 and 2. And this, as you can tell from the label, is a very old edition, so very happy with that. And I have Blind Fury, another great classic 80s film, but it is available on Blu-ray, so I must get it somewhere. For those who don't know, I do have a YouTube channel. I do have an eBay account where I'm going to look at starting to sell movies. VHSs I think will sell DVDs, sound CDs, possibly some Blu-rays, but not many. So if I find bargains, I'll put them on, obviously for a profit for me, but I'm not going to go crazy and charge stupid money. I'll be charging sensible money. So if you're interested, let me know and I'll send you the link to the channel. It's only 9:30 in the evening. I don't know what's wrong. I've not been drinking, I swear. To the eBay account so you can see what I'm selling, and obviously if you buy multiples, I'll work out a deal for the postage. Yeah, so I'll put them together, and if it works out £2 cheaper doing it that way, I'll pass that saving on to you. So yeah, we'll see. But obviously that's only to people who subscribe. Not friend. If you're not subscribed, then I won't do a deal. So I think it's fair that it's a sort of bonus for people who subscribe to my channel. Anyway, enough blatant advertising. Back to the matter in hand. Okay, we're going to look at games. First of all, we're going to look at the older console games, which is the Xbox original. So first things we have Halo and Halo 2. As far as I'm aware, these do play on the Xbox 360. I hope they do, but if they don't, it doesn't matter. Because I can just sell them. Dead or Alive 3. Doom 3, missing the manual. All the others are box complete. X-Men Legends, and I paid less than £1 for the whole lot, so I'm really happy with that. Half-Life 2. I have Call of Duty Finest Hour and Call of Duty 2, the big red one. And then I have Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. And then I have 2 Xbox 360 games, which are Lost Planet and Black Site, which both cost 50p each, so really chuffed for that. Okay, now we're going to do the PS4 games. I had to think then, honestly. So we'll start. There's some stuff you may have seen, so I had to try and remember what I hadn't shown, what I had filmed and not uploaded. So some of this may have appeared in a video that you have seen, which is no longer on my channel. I have Final Fantasy Type O HD, which is actually pretty cool. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is okay. Far Cry Primal. I have this one my wife bought me for Christmas, Friday the 13th. Yes, there's the one I moaned about not only being online, but apparently they're releasing a patch this year so you can have offline bots. So I'm hoping that will happen because I really want to play this game. Because I can't afford to join the PlayStation Network. I just really can't afford it right now. Wish I could. I do really wish I could. Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is a great VR game with the 2 motion controllers. Scared the crap out of me a few times, but it was really good. Ghost Recon Wildlands, which is actually a very good open world game. A VR compatible Gran Turismo Sport, which in VR, I've played VR, I haven't played the main one yet, but VR was really good. A little bit of motion sickness in it, but not too bad. Then we have Call of Duty World War 2, which is really good. Not the best of the franchise, but a lot better than Infinite Warfare. And probably some of the others as well. Don't Knock Twice, a VR game. Really good. The thing I found though is when you're playing in VR, you kind of feel like your character's on his hands and knees. So I don't quite know if that's because I'm sat down and I've got to be stood up, and you have to be stood up to play it. I'm not sure, so I will have to have a look. Here They Lie, which I was sat down with and had no problem. We stood up. with the turning, there's a little bit of motion sickness. So, but I got confused. I got stuck in the train station. I had no idea where to go. Doom VR, which is just phenomenal. Great. They've done a job, and it's also compatible with the gun thing as well. So, look forward to trying that somewhere. Speaking of that, I have Farpoint with the gun. Well, I bought it for Christmas, so thank you very much. This is really cool. The thing I found with Farpoint is it makes you stand up to play. You have to say how tall you are. So I wonder if I say I'm 4'2" or something, it let me sit down. Because I found standing up was very disorientating. I was like, ah, and I started feeling sick and I had to stop playing. It's got obviously a controller there, buttons around it, controller there, D-pad there, 2 buttons there, button there, button there, button there, button there, and 2 buttons there. So that's your obviously your trigger. Really cool, really lightweight, really easy to use in the VR world, and yeah, it's a really good idea. It's basically simplistic, so it can't look like a gun, but yeah, if you walk out with this and someone actually thinks you're carrying a gun, they're an idiot. But it's good fun. Yeah, it's really good fun. So I'll put that down there, and then we have, apologies, Battlefront 2, which I actually really like. Microtransactions. I'm playing the little individual missions offline. I think from what I've heard, the issues are with the multiplayer more than anything else. So time will tell. Rise of the Tomb Raider, which is phenomenally good. GTA 5, which is GTA 5 and fantastic. The first person view mode is a bit disorientating, a bit confusing. But I think it's not like a Call of Duty style, it's done a different way. So I think once you get used to it, it'll probably be brilliant. So I will keep persevering with that. Tekken 7, which I've not played in VR. I don't know quite how you play it in VR, but it'd be interesting to see. Outlast Trinity. I've played Outlast so far. I haven't played Whistleblower or Outlast 2 yet, but it made me jump twice. I'm glad it's not VR because I'll probably end up shitting myself, to be quite frank. Evil Within 2, which looks amazing. Yeah, it looks quite creepy as well, so I'm looking forward to playing that. I've just played a little bit of it. Okay. DVDs. I'm trying to figure this out to do them in little batches. So the first one we have is Spooks, The Greater Good. Again, this was free from the friend who dropped those DVDs to us. Trance, which I bought for 14p. This one I bought my wife for Christmas, but it's kind of like, I liked it as well, but she just said it was the original series of Scooby-Doo season 1 and 2. So really good. Classic, yeah. But plays in that with the bars here, so there. For some reason, yeah, how like Wizard of Oz does as well in 3D. Excuse me 1 second, I've got to face the camera idea, so it goes out of focus and it's annoying. Secret Window, which I do have in a set, but I like the case, that was free, so I've kept it. 10 Years, The Reunion. Aurora, which looks, you can see from the back, god awful. But they made that shit where I will have to watch films like that. I will go through them, I will review them, I will talk about them, and I will watch them so you don't have to. So, but if a film surprises me, I will be honest. So I'll go for They Made That Shit. So you might have an episode where I go, actually it was quite good. But if it is rubbish, I will say it is. It will probably be adults only because there's going to be a lot of bad language in it, but we will see. Fire and Ice, not to be confused with the amazing animated Fire and Ice. Shoot 'em Up. Sleeping Beauty, which looks horrendous. Avengers Grimm, which apparently is horrendous, but again, this was 14p, but this is for the Made That Shit. Jiggly or Biggly or whatever, which apparently is terrible. So another one for They Made That Shit. And Without Evidence, which looks quite interesting. So, excuse me again. I'll do this without telling around too much. Clerks 2. Snakes on the Train. Con Air Extended, so I've got that because it's extended. Barry Norman's Interactive Film Quiz, that should be interesting. Heartbreakers. Never Let Me Go. Hansel and Gretel. Varsity Blues. The Great Steve Martin and LA Story. Because of Winn-Dixie. Excuse me 1 moment again. I'll leave that one to last because that one's quite cool. Collector's edition of Truman Show. That Thing You Do. The Last Samurai, which I don't think I've got, but I'm going to check if I have. I might have the single edition, so I might swap them over. Labyrinth Collector's edition because I love Labyrinth. Early Doors Season 1, never seen it, so I thought I'd have a look. It was free. The Assassination of Jesse James by the coward Robert Ford. Interesting. So I still got some of the plastic on it. So The Changeling. Lots of confused with the great horror film The Changeling. Then this is the Ghostbusters 1 and 2 Slimer edition. So cool. So you get that case. You get a little movie scrapbook with Stay Puft on the back. And then obviously you get the 2 discs like that, and the back is all like slime. Obviously I've got Ghostbusters in... funny story. My wife bought me Ghostbusters... Oh, there's a dent in there, it's annoying. Bought me Ghostbusters trilogy in 4K, which I was really happy with, until I tried them. Oh dear. The 4K transfer was grainier than the Blu-ray. The Blu-ray had a slight hint of grain to it when I first started the first one. The other one looked like it was... In fact, it looked like I was watching a VHS. So those of you in America, yeah, you've got the 4K. I think you've got the 4K release of Ghostbusters. What's the condition of the American one in 4K? Is it better? Because the UK one, the one I saw, and I wasn't my player because I put in another 4K that I got, and it was pristine. So it was definitely the transfer, and it was such a shame because it's an iconic film and it's so annoying. So that went back, and we bought something else, but which I'll show you in a bit. So then we have this little stack here. We have Land of the Blind, Breaking Bad Season 1, which I'm finally going to watch. Collector's edition of Texas Chainsaw Massacre with a booklet and uncut edition. This really cool Chinese or Japanese import of The Punisher. I love that picture, and I love that. Again, charity shop find. There's a lot of these appearing in the older Chinese or Japanese editions, so I'm grabbing them because the artwork's usually really quite special. Clint Eastwood Firefox, great film. And The Battle for Skyark, which is, I didn't pay that much. Again, this was 14p, so maybe they made that shit. What Women Want, which again I don't think I've got. Pretty sure I haven't got that, but don't quote me on that. Then I have Role Models, Into the Woods, which apparently is good, but it's 14p. I thought I'd have a look first before I invested in the Blu-ray. This one I've already got. It's AI, but mine is in terrible condition, so now I have a much better condition. The Counselor, and the remake of Alfie, which apparently isn't very good, so again they made that shit. And we have Ned Kelly, Rutger Hauer Armageddon, and Gone Baby Gone, which looks quite interesting. And then there's more. We have a 3 set, which I've got 2 of the films, but I didn't have the middle one. This is one of these sets. It includes Along Came Polly, which I've got DVD of. 51st Dates, which I've got on another set, but I didn't have this one. Win a Date with Tad Hamilton. But again, this was free, so I didn't pay any money for it, so I'm quite happy with that. Me and the Mob, starring Sandra Bullock. It just says, what does it say here? Sandra Bullock gets rude and raunchy. I suppose I best watch it to see what it's like. City by the Sea, which is interesting, sort of like a serial killer sort of style one. Then we have this one. Apparently, this one, I think this one's quite rare because I think the CX is quite expensive. It's Cry Baby, and apparently it is quite an expensive one to buy. So I'm really chuffed to have that for free. I'll leave this one to last. I have a few more. In-Betweeners movie. I have In Bruges, Pride and Glory. One I bought for my wife is Melrose Place Season 1. And I have Early Doors Season 2. These need new cases because they're filthy. And I have a sealed copy of The Wolf of Wall Street, which I'm looking forward to seeing. And we have Donnie Brasco. I've got this feeling I've got this one, so again it will go on for sale if I have. Runaway Bride, The Ghost, Interview with the Vampire in the Clipcase edition, Invictus, which I think is about rugby, the looks of it. Then I have The Descendants, which I haven't taken the labels off. Running Out of Room, Stuck on You, Kickboxer Vengeance. Another one I bought for my wife. Beverly Hills 90210, season 1 of the original series, because she's got season 3 onwards. And Around the World in 80 Days with Michael Palin. Great series. Then, oh, there's more. And there's Blu-ray as well. So there's Blu-ray box set. That I have Acorn Antique starring the late great Victoria Wood. Action movie set which includes Ninja Dragon, Ninja Terminator, Death Ring and The Gladiator. Worth a look. And a sealed copy of What's Eating Gilbert Grape. I have a very tatty edition, so I'm going to put that in my collection and dump my one. Now check mine, if it isn't too bad because I might sell it. Then we have some series. I have the open casket edition of The Munsters. I love this series. I watched one episode. It is so corny, but it is still great fun. It's just a silly idea which worked in its day, and still I think it still works now to an extent. We have a great box set I got here, which I was so tough to get for £1 in a charity shop. Is Every Which Way But Loose and Any Which Way You Can. Double set, double edition. Really happy with that. £1. Very happy. And then we have one we picked up there. This is still sealed because it only come today. Suits, season 1 to 5. I've heard really good things about it, so I'm looking forward to watching it. And then the other one we've watched the first. My wife, I don't think she's really into it, but I really enjoyed it. Season 1 to 5 of Hawaii 5-0, the big set edition. Absolutely loved it. I loved the first episode, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. It was like a mini 45-minute movie with action and gunfights, and really enjoyable. And then this is a great American series which I kind of got hooked on. Blu-ray, DVD, then Blu-ray, DVD, then Blu-ray, and so on and so forth. So anyway, that's it for me because my camera's starting to piss me off. So I'm going to go. So thank you very much for watching. If you stayed for the whole 33 minutes or so, thank you. I hope I didn't bore you too much. Or maybe I didn't bore you enough, I don't know. So that's it for me. Please please comment below for the Q&A. Please comment below if there's anything you want to see. Obviously, because I'm having to redo loads of videos. So if there's anything you want to look at particularly, I'm going to do my Ghost series collection very soon because someone said they wanted to sort of see that. Anything else? I think that's about it. So yes, so please please comment, please subscribe, please tell your friends to subscribe. Help me get to 256 subscribers as soon as possible so I can get back on track. I will keep uploading videos as quickly as I can to build up my collection. There's more for people to watch. And be good, be kind, be good. Happy 2018, and thank you for joining me on the journey for the next year and the surprise which I will tell you about soon. See you later. Bye bye.